Well, George Holland is in charge of the DFDS Forum in the UK. Thank you very much indeed for joining us this evening, George. And firstly, the decision's only been made within the last few hours, but what's your initial reaction?
I think this is a very bold and possibly even a courageous decision by the Jersey government, considering historically every time this contract has come up for review, Guernsey and Jersey have always stuck with the incumbents, Condor. They're offering a new vision, new investment, and potentially this is really exciting in terms of ferry travel for the Channel Islands in the future.
Yeah, as you say, it is exciting potentially for Jersey, but can DFDS really deliver what they say?
I think you can look at their history. They've been around for 150 plus years now, and they are a very successful company. They're one of the biggest ferry companies in the world. But to give an example of the ability of the company to react quickly, after Brexit took effect, they managed to get a service from the Republic of Ireland to France underway within a few months. And that's doing extremely well now.
Which is good to hear. Now, plenty of people have been worried about inter-island travel and how that will suffer or perhaps benefit from this deal. What do you think?
I think actually this potentially is good news for inter-island travellers because we don't know yet the details of what Brittany Ferries and DFDS plan to offer, but potentially we could have two operators instead of one between the islands, and that probably would be good in terms of keeping fares down, more competitive for travellers, and potentially more options for sailing times and day trip opportunities. They do already plan to build 6 vessels which will run eventually entirely on electricity, and therefore there are already ideas on the drawing board which could be adapted and are made more suitable for the Channel Islands market.
With regard to Brittany Ferries and Condor, there are now big concerns on their side of things as far as their future is concerned. Do you share those concerns?
I think Brittany Ferries is a very resilient company. It's a very clever company. They have certainly cornered the Western Channel market over the last few decades. I think they will be able to make a success of a Guernsey-only service by integrating it more closely with their services to, for example, Cherbourg and St Malo.
And finally, just sum up your thoughts, if you would, with regard to, one more time, really what this deal means.
I think this is probably one of the most significant developments in the history of Channel Island ferry travel in a very long time. More importantly, for the tourism industry, may well actually drive more interest in visitors to the islands. When you have two companies competing for that attention, I think more effort inevitably will go into trying to encourage more visitors.
And that is where we will leave it. George Holland, in charge of the DFDS Forum in the UK, thank you very much indeed for your time.
You're very welcome.
And that's where we'll leave the news of the ferry decision and get the weather with Lily.